Has Giannis played his last game as a Buck? Hey, welcome into Butchie's Den. Hit that subscribe button below. Trying to get 2,000 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers before Super Bowl Sunday on the YouTube channel, on the TikTok channel, you name it. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it. Here's my thing. I believe Giannis has played his last game as a Buck. Why? Because this was the season for me, and I think for a lot of people, that talent-wise, Milwaukee was not going to be the best in the East. Could they find a group that would come together, that would play together, and that would find a little bit of energy to give some hope? Now, a lot of this was relied on Giannis being healthy. Now, we haven't seen Giannis healthy in a couple of years be able to play the full season. To me, this was one thing that I looked at. The first 31 games of the season for Giannis, he missed 14 of them. Now, okay, if you got a young group that's going to play hard, play with energy, maybe they're able to survive that. This Milwaukee's Bucks team went 3-11 in those games that Giannis was out. So that set the standard as far as what to expect from this group. Number one, they weren't as talented. Number two, you were going to have a superhero season from Giannis. Now with Giannis hurt and expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, the question becomes, what do you expect of this group again? I've seen this Bucks team. They haven't played with a lot of energy. They haven't played with a lot of effort. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But this feels like a tank season. And not because they're trying to tank, but the personnel and the talent on the roster was not good enough to start the year out. And that, to me, is where the issue became. Now, how do you follow that? Giannis, again, 4 to 6 weeks out. This Bucks team, they're 18-26 right now. They're 2.5 games behind the Atlanta Hawks for the final play-in tournament. Charlotte's only a game behind. They are only a game behind. And this team doesn't give a whole lot of juice right now as far as what they can do. The other thing with this is it's been almost 10 years that Giannis has been an All-NBA player. He will not be an All-NBA player. Why? Because he's not going to play enough games. So it goes back to the question of what I first asked. Has Giannis played his last game as a Buck? Let me know. You comment. You tell me. I think it is. I think this at point now, there's also been a report out there that he was contemplating firing his agent because he wasn't able to move him from the Bucks. Is there truth there? I am a firm believer in this. When there is smoke, there normally is fire. There's a couple things in play, whether Giannis wants to be moved or not. The first thing in play is the team is not good right now. Now, there are some things to do. There is the trade deadline. There is the draft pick that this Bucks team is going to have this year. Is that going to be enough to make Giannis happy? I tend to think it's not. So that's the first part. Second part. This season at all, have you watched their games? Has Giannis looked happy? Or has he looked extremely frustrated? Whether it was a walk by on Doc when Doc is trying to talk to him and Giannis won't look to him, whether it's the injuries, whether it's the non-relationship with players, all those things could be in a factor. You don't know what it is. But watching those games and seeing how this plays out, at no point of me do I look at a player that I say, wow, he's happy. That to me is the fact here that I look at this. And the last thing is, everyone could say ESPN's made this story happen. But I look at it and say, this has been in the works for a while. If you're not putting out championship teams, whether it's the Dame Lillard trade that didn't work, whether it's the Dame Lillard release and the stretch that then leads to Miles Turner. Bottom line is this team isn't good enough. This team wasn't good enough to win. With the injuries to Giannis, Giannis was a Band-Aid to this roster. With him hurt, you saw how bad the roster was as far as talent-wise. I hope with Giannis out, they can tap into something and see what they have. But right now, the way it's going, I think this was Giannis's last game, and I think it's the last time we've seen him because I think they're going to shut him down. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right. Tell me what you think. Is this Giannis's last time that we've seen him in a Bucks jersey?